America's first female vice president isn't just about breaking glass ceilings. She's about fixing the leaky roof over working families' heads. Remember that speech I gave in Raleigh, North Carolina? The one where I sounded more like a fiery preacher than a politician? That's because I was laying down the law. Economic law, that is. I called it the opportunity economy. Sounds fancy, right? But hold your horses, because it's not about handing out free ponies. It's about giving everyone a fair shot. Think of it like this. You bake a cake, everyone gets a slice, not just the guy with the biggest fork. My plan is about making sure the ingredients for success, things like affordable housing, childcare, and education, are within reach for everyone, not just the privileged few.
Kamala Harris is laying out a vision for an opportunity economy, where everyone gets a fair shot and the essentials for success are accessible to all. From banning grocery price gouging to providing significant down payment assistance for first-time homebuyers, her proposals aim to create tangible, real-world changes. Baby steps indeed. Let's talk groceries. Remember when you could walk out of the supermarket without needing a small loan? Those days feel as distant as dial-up internet. Well, Harris has had enough of big grocery holding our wallets hostage. Her solution? A federal ban on price gouging. Think of it as a muzzle for the grocery monster.
Of course, some folks are crying foul. They say it'll stifle competition and lead to empty shelves.
Will it work? Time will tell. But one thing is clear. Harris is willing to fight for the little guy, or in this case, the hungry guy. And that's something we can all get behind, full stomachs or not. Remember the American dream? That whole white picket fence, two-car garage, and a dog named Sparky thing? Well, for millions of Americans, that dream feels about as attainable as a pet unicorn. Why? Because finding an affordable place to live is harder than finding a decent rom-com these days. Harris gets it. That's why she's proposing a massive expansion of down payment assistance for first-time homebuyers.
Of course, the road to homeownership is paved with more than just good intentions. There are credit scores, closing costs, and a whole host of other hurdles.
Harris's proposal aims to turn the elusive American dream into a reality for more people. By expanding down payment assistance, she's offering a tangible way for first-time homebuyers to get a foothold in the housing market. It's about making homeownership more accessible, not just a dream for the privileged few.
Having a baby is a joyous occasion. It's also a terrifying plunge into a bottomless pit of expenses. Diapers, formula, tiny clothes that cost more than your entire wardrobe. It adds up faster than you can say college fund.
Harris proposes a $6,000 bonus for every newborn in their first year. Think of it as a financial cushion for those early years, a way to ease the burden on new parents and give every child a fighting chance.
Now, some critics will say it's a recipe for disaster, that it'll discourage work and lead to a generation of entitled toddlers demanding organic purees.
But here's the thing. When families thrive, the economy thrives. So how does Harris's plan stack up against the competition? Specifically, the guy who shall not be named, but whose love for Twitter rivals a teenager's obsession with TikTok? Let's just say they have different economic philosophies.
Harris believes in lifting from the bottom up, investing in working families and giving everyone a fair shot. The other guy, well, let's just say his idea of trickle-down economics is more like a leaky faucet.
Harris is calling for tax breaks for the middle class, affordable health care, and investments in education and infrastructure. The other guy? He gave tax breaks to corporations and billionaires and tried to dismantle the Affordable Care Act.
Look, economics is complicated. There are charts, graphs, and enough jargon to make your head spin. But at its core, it's about people. It's about creating an economy that works for everyone, not just the privileged few.
And that's what Harris's plan is all about. Harris's economic proposals aren't just about numbers. They're about a fundamental shift in the Democratic Party. Gone are the days of shying away from bold, progressive ideas. The new Democrats are ready to fight for working families, even if it means ruffling some feathers in the process.
This is a party that's no longer content with tinkering around the edges. They're talking about systemic change, about addressing income inequality, and creating an economy that works for everyone.
Is it ambitious? You bet. Is it necessary? Absolutely.
Will it work? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear. The Democrats are back, and they're not afraid to fight for what they believe in.
And that's something worth paying attention to, whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, or just someone who wants to see a fairer, more just economy.